Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video, I want to educate you on why, if you are a family who is residing in a state other than Florida and you have a loved one who has been suffering for years and years and years with substance use, mental health disorders, treatment that never seems to work, if they'll even go to treatment, they're not taking their medications, they may well have been a guest of your state, either through the criminal system or the mental health system. They may even have had an overdose. They're in complete and utter denial. If this is you, then I want to talk to you about why you should consider bringing your loved one here to Florida. And I can talk to you about how we get them here in a sort of a different video. But the point is, Florida's a wonderful place to come for treatment. So today we had a call from a family, wonderful people. They have a 25-year-old son who has been sick for at least 5 years. They've tried everything. They've tried an intervention. When they've got him into treatment, he never stays more than, a couple of weeks at best. And of course, after a couple of weeks, he typically, of treatment, he typically relapses almost instantaneously because, that's what happens if you don't stay in treatment long enough. And so, we had a conversation with them about coming to Florida. And, the mom's response was, well, I want to get him into treatment here. But he's already been in treatment where you are, and it hasn't worked. And she said, well, I'd like to do, our version of the Marchman Act. I read all about the Marchman Act. I've seen your videos. I'd like to do that. Well, here's the problem. Only Florida has the Marchman Act. It's a statute that's very special. And it's really effective when it's used correctly, but it only works here in Florida because it's a Florida-specific statute. It's not a federal law. And even if you could file for guardianship in your home state, wherever that may be, are there resources so that you can use that guardianship to keep your loved one in treatment long enough and the treatment is clinically appropriate? We have people coming in from other states all the time that already have guardianship. And then they got the guardianship and realized, well, there's no treatment options here, or the treatment options here that we have, are not clinically appropriate. And so they want to get their loved one to Florida. The point I'm trying to make is that there are two very, very good reasons to come to Florida. Number one, we have the Marchman Act, right? Key and critical. We also have guardianship here. And in our office, we use guardianship, which was really traditionally used for elderly people. We use it for our kinds of cases. And I'd like to take credit for that, but my brilliant wife really is sort of the author of using guardianship for behavioral health cases. She's an absolute guru when it comes to that issue, using guardianship for behavioral health issues. And we also have the Baker Act. Now, if you watched any of my other videos, you'll know I'm not a fan of the Baker Act. I'm not a fan of the Baker Act when it's used incorrectly, but when it's used correctly, it can be a powerful life-saving tool. And obviously, we know how to use it, right? And we know how not to use it and how it should not be used. But what is key and critical here is that these three statutes, and to a certain extent, even the criminal laws, and I, as prosecutor and defense lawyer for close to 20 years, even the criminal laws all work within this network. And if you use them correctly, they're life-saving. And so, I get it. Most of our families that we even work with, they're not here in Florida. Their loved ones are, or they're coming here, or we figure out how to get them here. The point is, if we can do something in Florida, this, in my opinion, is the best place to do it. We have really great treatment for both substance use and mental illness, and we have a legal framework which will enable you to get control of what is typically a completely out of control situation. And I'm going to tell you, especially here in South Florida, we have amazing judges. Our judges are really switched onto this stuff, and they get it. And so I understand you're in a different part of the country, but if you have not been able to get your loved one into clinically appropriate treatment and keep them there long enough, and you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, then we'd like to have a conversation with you about how we can help you here in Florida, how we can get your loved one here to Florida, and how we can keep them here in Florida long enough. That's the key, long enough. And I appreciate the fact that this is an uncomfortable thing, right? It's uncomfortable going to court, okay? And by the way, here in Florida, with our new statutes, you do not actually have to physically be here to testify. It's all done on Zoom. Really great, right? We made that big change last year. But if you are uncomfortable, and I get it, I want you to know that you're not alone. You really are not alone. There are literally thousands of families, many of whom we've spoken to over the years, who are dealing with this. But here's the deal. When your loved one has a behavioral health issue, it's as if their brain has been kidnapped. They are not capable of saving themselves. They're not capable of making the decision to go to treatment. They're not capable of making the decision to take their medications. They're not capable of making the decision to stay in treatment long enough for them to finally experience the miracle of recovery. It's just not going to happen. I wish I could tell you otherwise. We got to get them here and do what needs to be done so you can finally end this nightmare. Yeah, otherwise it's going to destroy your family. But I think you already know that because that's what's already happening. So I appreciate you tuning in. If you have any comments or questions or concerns, post them. I read all of them. Happy to respond. I typically do that within a day. If you like the video, please give us a thumbs up. If you want more information about what we do, please subscribe to the channel. And if you want to call and speak to our team, you can do so for free. For free. Okay? So anyway, I appreciate your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Come to Florida. We can help you.